Okay, guys, so I'm going to do a kit tour. I've never done one of these, but I think they're kind of cool when I see them on the internet, and I figured I'd do one tonight to keep myself entertained. This is my Pearl Vision VMX drum set. I believe it is a 2008 model. It might be a 2009. It is in a red sparkle lacquer finish. Um, the drums are all 100% maple. Um, on the floor toms and the bass drum, it's 8 plies maple, and on the toms and snare drum, it is 6 ply maple. Um, this is a matching maple snare to go along with the kit. Um, and that was actually included with the drum set. At this price level, this is what I would call an intermediate slash semi-pro drum set. At this price point, snare drums normally are included, uh, and it was included on this drum set. So, 100% maple shells, 6 plies on the toms and snare, 8 plies on the floor toms and bass. Um, it has 1.6 millimeter standard hoops, which I'm actually not a fan of, but they come standard on most kits at this price point. It's fitted with Evans EC2s on the toms, an HD dry snare batter, and an EMAD on the kick drum. You see my array of cymbals here. I actually have a few different drum sets. I use the same cymbal setup on all of them. Um, but they're all A Zildjian models, top of the line Zildjian. The hi-hat is a Vita Zildjian 14-inch A new beat hi-hat. And from left to right, I have an A Zildjian 14-inch fast crash. It's basically like a big splash. I didn't like it at first, but it's grown on me over the years. I have a 16-inch A medium thin crash, a 18-inch A medium thin crash, a 20-inch A medium ride, an 18-inch China Boy high, and a 19-inch A thrash ride. This was actually originally released by Zildjian as a Z3 model. Z is their heavier weights, but they discontinued the Z line and incorporated it to the A line. I do use 2 ride cymbals, which I think is pretty rare. The reason I do it is because we primarily play heavier style music, and I like to ride on my crash cymbal, and that has caused me to replace this cymbal at least twice before. So now that I have a thrash ride, when I want to ride on the crash, I ride on this much thicker cymbal. I don't see this one cracking anytime soon. Speaking of cracking, knock on wood, I've been pretty lucky. Some of these have cracked before. Zildjian does have the best warranty in the industry, I believe, 2 years on all new high-end cymbals. You can't use it on their cheap stuff, but I think I've broken 3 or 4 cymbals in the last 7 or 8 years, and they've sent me new ones free of charge, no questions asked, each and every time. So Zildjian has been very, very good to me, which is why I continue to use their cymbals. The hardware is all Pearl 900 series. This is a 900 series hi-hat. This is a Pearl BC 900 boom stand. The reason they call it a BC stand is because it's a boom slash cymbal stand. Cymbal stand means straight up and down. So this is actually convertible, where I could put it straight and actually put the boom stand in here and use it as a straight cymbal. I use the Pearl AX20 adapters and the Pearl tom arms with memory locks. This particular drum set uses the Pearl ISS tom mount. There's no holes drilled into these toms. The tom mount holds the tom by suspending it by the rim. There's been a lot of criticism in recent years about this actually not being good for the rim and affecting tone and causing you to lose tuning, but at least at the time that this drum set came out and the years before that, this was the top of the line suspension system. And you could see more cymbal stands here. I try to keep everything pretty uniform. They're all the same brand. They're all the same model, Pearl BC 900 series. This drum set has what we call a non-virgin drum set, and that when I mean non-virgin, I mean the tom arms protrude into the bass drum. This is actually something that is not really desirable, but on your less expensive intermediate kits, and definitely on all of your beginner kits, that is something that the drum manufacturers do to keep costs down. Nonetheless, this is not what I would call a cheap drum set. It sounds absolutely phenomenal. I got a steal when I bought it, and I haven't played it live in a few years, but this used to be my gigging kit, and it's if we ever did start heavily gigging again, this would probably be my gigging set again, just because it's it's nice, it sounds good, it's not too expensive, but it's definitely flashy on stage, and the drums are pretty light, to be honest with you, which is a major concern. I didn't show them earlier, but my kick drum is the Pearl Demon Drive pedal. These pedals are absolutely fastest pedals I've ever used. We don't do a whole bunch of double bass, but I've used all sorts of pedals, and when I switched to these pedals, I felt like the pedal was doing the work for me versus me doing it. So call it cheating or not, but I think this is a much better tool to if you play double bass drums. Okay, so again, this is my Pearl Vision VMX kit. See you later.